What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode here at Tremolo. Today we're actually filming some installs right before SEMA. So today we have the RTR bar that we've been waiting for, and we have some FF70s, a couple spots, couple floods, and then we're also going to show you a preview of the wheels at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around so you can see the new wheels from Ryka for the Bronco. But we are getting ready for SEMA. This is one of the things I've been really excited about installing, so I'll show you. I actually already filmed all this, but I was in time-lapse mode and I ruined it all, so I will unbox them again, show you guys what that looks like, just talk about the packaging and whatnot. But Papa Vic is going to help me out. We did already take off the negative on the battery. Safety first, make sure you do that because you are going to be messing with the electrical. And then I'll break down a couple of the steps that we already did. It's a good thing we caught it. But again, today we're installing FF70s, both spots and floods on the RTR light bar. Stick around, I will show you what the lights look like shortly. All right, like I said, I already filmed this once before, but it was all messed up. So I'll open these boxes again. Again, these boxes are really, really nice. If you haven't seen the episode with the HP70s, we did put these on an AC fab bar that we custom made for this bumper, but you can get these lights. They will have bracketing systems for the stock Bronco bumper that's steel, the modular, so you can grab those. These are both floods and spots. These are the HP70s, and today we're installing the FF70. So the box looks really, really nice. It's matte. It's got some shine to it. It's got Lauren Healy on it, so you know it means business. Instructions, stickers, all that good stuff that normal stuff comes with. The packaging is really, really nice, so that's really cool. And then the light itself, obviously, very high quality light. The spots are in the white box, but the light itself, super pretty. It also has the option to change the upper cap, so you can change the color, customize it however you want. The caps are right here, so you get the option to go in green or black. And then these are 3800 raw lumens, all like the details. If you want to get into the science, it's on the side of the box, and they also have it on their website, so make sure you check that out. So that's what we're doing today, the RTR bar. You do want to grab from RTR. You could either buy this whole thing as a package or grab the lights from Project X and then find the RTR bar later, or custom make one for yourself. But honestly, this bar is super, super nice. It's well built. It's got all kinds of reinforcements so it doesn't shake.
It's hefty too.
It's nice and hefty, and you do get the brackets that you'll actually need to mount it on here. So it's a pretty simple install from what we've seen so far. They give you pigtails, everything is wired. They even give you silicone to cover up the hole that you have to, so that way it's rainproof. Everything you need to install this light bar on your Bronco comes already.
Detailed color instructions.
Yes, the instructions are really nice. They come step by step, tells you what tool you need, what step to do next. It's all with colored pictures. Dude, and that's even a white Bronco, so that's literally me. But yeah, that one comes from RTR, and we're on step 4, but we already took a couple of the panels off. Again, make sure you disconnect the battery. First thing you want to do is pop off the caps, and if you remove the top, it's probably easier to access everything. So we took the tops off. Make sure you guys have some plastic tools like these fancy ass Lexus ones, so you can pop off plastic covers and whatnot without damaging them. We did pop off the one in that corner. We're going to pop off the one here in this corner, and then we're going to remove that panel so we can access some of the wiring and the switches. The instructions on the RTR pamphlet tell you exactly what to do. I'll walk you through some of the harder steps so that way you guys have an idea. We're going to work on the Bronco. 2 more days to SEMA. You'll see the new rims. Those are the old MVXs. We'll show you what the new look looks like. Put the other bumper on. It's going to get a makeover, and then we'll be in Sin City Broncos on Saturday. So stick around. We're going to get moving, and I'll show you some of the steps. All right, Vic, tell them what's up.
All right, so it just says to pop these off. So I'm taking a plastic tool in here. It is kind of firm on there. It does make a loud noise. So I'll do the other one on the other side. But
Alright, so Vic did say that when he was popping these off, they do make a really loud noise when you pop them off. It takes a little bit of wiggle to get in there to pop it off nicely. So just be careful as you pop off all these plastic clips. Step 1 is getting to this corner. All in the instructions once again. So we'll go to the next step. All right, so once you take the plastic cover off, you're gonna need a 7mm to remove that screw there. Pop down. There we go. There it goes. Oh, there's no harness on it. This shows that there should have been a wiring harness.
Probably an option where they do have a wiring harness.
So that's a good point. We pointed it out on here to show you that there's a connector of some sort, but maybe because I don't have a light or anything on my visor, there's no connectors. So once you remove the visor on this side, you do have to also remove the clip that holds it. So there is a little cap right here. You'll have to remove that, and then there's a T20 Torx right underneath it. You got to get in there. You got to remove that, and then we'll move on to the next side. All right, team. So this part gets a little funky. Ripping plastic down is not really my forte. I hate doing it. I feel like I'm gonna break everything. But once you get that little clip holder, the one that holds your visor, you do have to kind of just yank this down. You pull from the window side down, and then this comes off, and then you have to remove the harness off the plastic, so that way it free falls down, and then you can access everything from it. So Vic's working on removing that without breaking it. And yeah, so just be really careful. We did use a bunch of plastic trim tools to kind of make it easier on us, but not a hard install. You just have to be careful because everything's plastic. The next step is you got to remove this little cap. It sits here a couple times. You remove it, and you have to find that little dimple right there, and you have to drill a hole into it. So it's a 1/8 hole. We're gonna get the drill and cut that down. I'm sure that's where we're gonna pass some of the wires, and then we'll seal it back up. But yeah, that's where we're going next. Stay tuned. Go ahead, spit some game.
Being a professional nipple player, this is a nipple. This is where they tell us to drill, but they say dimple. Dimple? Nipple. But we saw several instructions saying that's where that one was. Just where the hole's supposed to go. So I'm gonna de-nipple that to a dimple.
Yeah, because what we're trying to do is put the drill on it, and honestly, you just slide off of it. We're gonna
look.
Did it remove it? And now there's a dip. Oh, so it's right there. It's already pre-cut, sort of.
I know my nipples.
So yeah, you remove the nipple, dimple, whatever you want to call it, and then you drill into that spot. All right. So Vic was giving us a helpful Honda tip because he's been a tech for a long time. He's worked on a lot of things.
So when you're drilling through panels and you want to go too far on the other side, you kind of can measure with like a screwdriver how far you want to go, and you put tape on the drill bit. So when you go through, it'll stop before you go there, instead, because sometimes it'll
pop through.
Bit will grill and you'll go like that.
Yeah,
and you can damage the other side.
Exactly. There you go. So we just drilled out the 5/16 that says in the instructions. We're gonna go to the next step. All right. So the next step is you got to remove that 10mm bolt right there. You remove that, you sand it down, and that's where you're gonna bolt the negative to. Once you get it through there and plumbed, you're gonna have about 4 inches right here left over, and then that's what's gonna hook up to the wiring harness. But we're getting through it. The next step is grounding it, and that's what we're hooking up right now. All right, team, so we did get into the wiring piece of this whole thing. This is where it gets a little scary if you're not used to wiring, but the first thing you have to do is locate the harness. You remove about 4 inches so you can access all the wires. What you're gonna do is you're gonna tap that green one with the white one that comes with the pigtail, and then the next step is you gotta locate this gray and orange loose wire that's already released from the harness.
Yeah, you have to pull it out from
right
up here. It's tucked up in there behind that, and then you pull it away from there.
Yeah, so you pull it down, and then what you're going to do is you're going to connect that gray and orange one to the red wire, and that's the next step. You got to do is heat shrink it together, and then we'll move on to the very next step after that. But again, if you're not really handy with wiring, you might want to get somebody to help you. But if you want to figure it out yourself, it's really not that difficult. It's just time consuming. Take your time, disconnect the battery, and wire it all up. All right, so once you finish the first steps up here, you're gonna go down here to the passenger footwell. You're gonna locate the same gray and orange wire and the white one that's connected to the wiring harness. You just pull them. They're nice and tucked in there, and then you're gonna connect those and heat shrink them together. So that's what we're doing now.
Even a blind old man got it.
Yeah, even a blind old man can find it. Alrighty, so the next step is under the hood. So you have to get into the driver's side panel right here. There is a couple wires that you have to find. You have to find a yellow, solid white, and what you want to do is you pull those from the harness, and then you're gonna butt connect them together, heat shrink them, and then put some electrical tape just to be safe, because that one does get exposed to some water, so you want to be a little bit more careful and actually take care of it. All right, team, so the next thing you want to do is you're going to be mounting the brackets that actually hold your light bar together. Don't forget, you got to put silicone where you pull that wire out. It is provided in the kit, so make sure you knock that out. But yeah, so you put this side on, put the other side on, and then we'll move on to the next step after that. All right, one really awesome thing I want to give props to RTR is each little bag with bolts came with the label, what step it was, and everything you needed to reorder them. So that's really important, because I've seen a lot of parts come in, or different companies send out stuff that don't have that, and then you're like kind of scrambling, you're missing things. So this actually breaks them down, each one with the step, what size it is, pretty much all the details you need. Every single one of them came with it, so that way when you're reading the instructions, you know what to look for. It says it right on the sticker. So shout out to RTR for doing that. It's really important. It makes it very user friendly. So now we're gonna build this base, get all the lights on it, and get it on there. It's getting late. Let's go. All right, so the next step is to put all the brackets for the lights. This bar is really nice. It does have gussets underneath. Again, that's construction, so that way when you are going high speeds or you're going over whoops and whatnot, it doesn't bend or move or anything. The brackets all fit nice and snug. So now we're gonna mount the lights on them, And then we're gonna put that up on the truck. What do you think it weighs now? Like 10 pounds?
Yeah, 15 maybe. This is like bumper material.
It is bumper material. Yeah. It's stout. But we're gonna put the lights on now. What we're gonna do is flood, spots in the middle. Let's get it. All right, so the next step that you have to do, we already mounted 3 of them, but just wanted to show you, you do have to take off a couple caps, and you're gonna remove this bracket because it's not being used with these brackets. So Papa Vic's doing it right now. But again, we did flood, spot, and then flood. I'll end up making these caps yellow so that way it separates them and it looks cool. But I'll do that tomorrow. But right now, we're finishing up the whole setup right now. And then once we put it on the bar, once it's completed on the bar, we're going to mount it on the truck. And then we'll align it, tighten everything down, and then we're good to go. But yeah, it's starting to look spicy. We left all the plastic on it just so we don't scratch it when we're moving it around. But there it is. It's starting to look good. All right, team. So another really cool thing that RTR did is they give you these clips that hold on the inside. It's a really nice clip. I've never seen one of those, but you put it in, run the harness through here, and what it's going to do is once you mount it, it's going to hide it all because it's going to be nice and tucked in. And then the exit, it's going to be right here. You plug this into the one that you've already pre-wired, and that's a wrap. We're just going to mount it now, get it all lined up, and it's final stretch time, man. Let's go. All right, team. So there it is. It is on. We are working through a couple more things. So we did notice that once we tighten this, if you look really closely, it started chipping the paint. And obviously this has to be pretty nice and tight because it's holding everything together. So one recommendation that I would say, if RTR hasn't added some washers, is adding a washer to these brackets right here, just so your nice putter coating doesn't come off and strip it all down like that, what happened to us. So we're gonna put some washers, paint that a little bit, cover it up. That is something that I definitely recommend once you're mounting this. Alrighty, team, there you have it. They are all wired up and ready to go. So we did tap into auxiliary 1 and 2. Both of them are working. Those are the fronts, those are the tops. Everything is literally lit. Papa Vic's putting the rest of it back together, getting the last couple torques in to get the visors on. Again, it's all completed. Not a super tough job. It's just something that you have to be really, really careful. Like if we were to knock this out again, we'd do it really, really quick. And if you have an extra set of hands, that would definitely help, especially for mounting the big piece up top. So everything and all the brackets are on it. You will need some help kind of getting it up there. Probably can do it by yourself, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, everything's pretty much done. Again, if you do order the kit, it'll come with everything you saw today. If you get the lights separate, you'll have to get the rest of it from RTR. We're all wrapped up. All right, one other feature I did want to show you when you have it in daytime running. They all have daytime running on them. They're really dope. They match the Bronco lenses. These ones have them up here at the bottom. Those ones go right at the center. And that's pretty much it, man. So if you guys have any questions, again, comment below. Let me show you guys what the new wheel setup is going to be. They are from Rika. They're the R35s, and they are in the polish. These are 17 by 9s, and they are amazing. So I did promise I would show you guys what they look like. And there they are. Again, these are the R35s, 17 by 9. And they're sweet. So we're just going to mount them on our Falcon tires and get ready for SEMA, man. Say what's up to Papa Vic. If you guys don't know him, he's in the Tundra. And that'll wrap it up for us here. I'm going to wrap it up, help him clean up the shop, and then I'm going to get going. And then SEMA, here we come, man. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok. And then obviously the Spanish channel is coming. One love, and we'll see you next time.